Hello and welcome to another episode of the Atomic Cast. Hi, I'm Tom and I'm normally here. Bert's not here. Woohoo!
Yeah.
I know people are excited. Chris, you're here. Who's Chris?
Hey, I'm Chris,
Hi, Chris.
and I'm here. So I'm new to Noon, or brand new.
Woohoo.
Looking forward to this.
Should probably said that. Yeah, we've got we're going to the event and we've got our like Team Atomic crew and some of our other team, the Noobs of Numenor, are rising up. So we've got a bunch of lads and we're going to talk for our lists and stuff. So Chris is here and Ash is there. Ash, say hi.
Hi. Just prepping some orcs. I'm Ash, by the way.
Hi, Ash. Henry, say hi.
Hello.
Hi, Henry.
Hi.
Henry's got a fancy blurred background because he doesn't want anyone to dox him.
It's
See,
definitely not
I've-
because it's a fucking mess behind me. So
Let's hope that wasn't 8 seconds into the video. Ooh, copyright strikes or whatever it is. And then Lian. Lian, say hi.
Hi, Lian.
Hi,
How are
Lian. Lian, have you put anything on your own YouTube channel yet?
No,
You
right,
told me you were
so-
going to.
Yeah, I know, because the first video we recorded, I got to the end of it, and my phone hadn't recorded any of the actual game footage. It had only recorded the pre-talk about the actual game. So we've had to redo it, and now we're just having to do the closing out video so that I can actually finally put one up.
Well, if you want
so it's
some
fun.
sexy hobby content, go over there to where?
Fat Hobbit Gaming.
Sweet. And Henry's got some stuff going on. Henry, where are we going for your stuff?
well, it will be Shire at when it's like the first video has come out, Tom. So
Sound. Plugs are in. There you go. Chris, have you got anything to plug while you're here?
Oh no, I'm too busy for that.
Sound. Ash has got you some tickets to the gun show. He wants to plug. Oh dear.
At least I'm not in the garage now.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Got Middle Earth behind me and everything.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I know, right?
Right. We are going to share some screens. That's the event on Longshanks. That's where we want to be. Bam. There we go. Look at me. I'm high tech and everything. Slaughter in the South, event preview in this chat, because that's where we're going. Slaughter in the South. It is a 550 point GBHL 90 board in Brum in Walsall, not actually Birmingham. It's a question for Lian, really.
Yeah, it's Walsall. Yeah, just
Yeah.
south of city centre.
Aaron Collier from the Collier?
Collier.
From the it just feels like it should be like Collier, looks a bit French, from the Web Warriors Protocols is hosting. So again, check them out. Look at that. We're like 5 seconds in and we're plugged 3 other things.
Pro.
Also, us. So yeah, he's hosting it. These are our lists. Ash, you're up first because your name is an A. So what are you bringing, please, sir?
So yeah, well, obviously, as you can all see, I've got Gary.
Well, it might not be listening on Spotify because we do Spotify
Well,
now,
okay.
if you aren't aware. So you can head over to Spotify. You can listen to it on the drive if you want to. Just be careful because if you're listening to us on the drive, it might be too distracting. So just be careful when you're operating motor vehicles.
You'll just have to be imagining the gun show at that point. So anyway, Girion with his great bow, because I prefer the Hobbit era stuff. I mean, I haven't tried King Brand and Bard the Second yet, but yeah, I thought a more shooty hero would be cooler. 6 Knights of Dale, just that D6 on the front, and +1 to wound if they are charged is pretty tasty. And they're only 11 points each. 8 warriors with bow and spear, second rank, obviously. Banner with a shield to keep them alive. Then just a Captain of Dale with a sword and shield. 5 knights and 5 warriors with spear and shield. So that's more of a, if we're playing a Maelstrom mission, if they end up going off on their own, I'm not too worried about them. At least they can kind of fight it out. And then another captain, but with a bow, with 3 warriors a Dale with bow and spear, and 6 warriors a Dale with shield and sword. Again, like front rank and rear rank, they're kind of just there, really, as number filling.
There's some blokes. So you got
Yeah, it's
37
just-
models altogether, isn't you? That's a decent number. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just they're pretty decent blokes, and there's quite a few of them. I quite like it.
Nice guys. Nice guys. How are you
Yeah.
hoping to go at this event? Where do you want to?
Well,
How do you want to do?
well, I don't know. Well, obviously, who wouldn't want to win? But I don't see it personally. Yeah, well, at least a nice 3-in-1 would be good again.
Yeah.
Got that last time with Rohan, so yeah, can dream.
A boy can dream. Yeah. 3-in-1's a solid aim. We like it. We like it.
Yeah.
Right. Who is up next? Bosch. No, that doesn't work. Bosch. Benjen. He's not here. I'll talk about his list. This threw me by surprise because we've just spent the last 3 weeks practicing with a Khazad Doom list, and then he was like, "Oh yes, a bit of this." So that was fun. So Benjen's got Denethor with 5 warriors with sword shields, 4 rangers with spear, 2 knights with shields, and a fountain court guard with shield. He's got Huron on horse with 6 warriors with sword shield, 4 fountain court with shield, 2 citadel guard with longbow, 2 rangers with spear and bows, obviously, and Saruman the Good on horse. So he's got 29 models, 6 might, and Saruman just thrown in as a bit of wild card.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
ready
it could be quite interesting.
It could be, yeah. It's nice. It's got a little bit of everything, isn't it? It's got Huron's pretty punchy. If you get you can compel some stuff out with Saruman or command, sorry, because he's good. And then get Huron into them, punch him in the face. You could do some nice little tricks with it.
Yeah, and if anybody
Saruman's-
brings, oh sorry,
No, sorry. Saruman still has Sorcerer's Blast, doesn't he, on this one?
Yeah.
Which is quite
Yeah,
nice.
Sorcerer's Blast is what scares the life out of me.
It's Sorcerer's Blast on a 4-up as well.
It's nice. And
Yeah.
a 12-inch range, was it? Or something? Stupid?
12-inch Sorcerer's Blast range, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
He
it
doesn't have
re-rolled as
flame
well?
burst, does he?
Rerolls as well, yeah. No flame burst. Flame burst is for baddies.
Yeah. He has to be a bad guy.
So he has the Fearless bubble instead.
which is good.
It's good. It's not as impactful with Minas Tirith, because their courage is already pretty decent. But because they'd be courage 4 if they had the army bonus, but they don't. On their basic troops. But yeah, you've got Fearless Bubble. He's got a super reliable 18-inch command and transfix, Saucy Blast, and probably something else I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, he's a great little utility piece. Should be a lot more fun. Benji did say he was just bored with the dwarfs. They just do the same thing every game. So
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to play any kind of mobility game with them, isn't it?
yeah. We played a few. I mean, it didn't help, but we played a few missions against Goblin Town and Lake Town and stuff, and he just wasn't having a good time. But that's kind of understandable. But I don't know. Did he play any of you guys as well? With his Khazad, with his Dwarf Rangers?
Yeah, he played my pits list twice, and lost. Drew 1, lost 1.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think he enjoyed that. As you said, the lack of movement, and they just got chopped up. Actually,
Yeah.
even for dwarfs, they just got chopped up. Sheer
There's a
number
lot of
dice.
D5 in that list, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I played him with the Dale as well, but yeah, I rolled an ungodly amount of fixes for shooting in that game.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
You
Really.
need to keep those for the event, mate.
That's too late, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Ben was saying he was just 1 or 2 wins would do him. He'd be happy with that. So hopefully you should get that. I feel like this is capable of it if he uses Saruman nicely.
Has he had any
Yeah.
practice games with this list?
No.
No.
Don't be
I
silly.
think he's used all of these things in various different ways, but never together.
Yeah.
The
okay,
Minas
right.
Tirith side is not too different from what he's taken in the league, I don't think.
Yeah, no, local
Um,
league.
And then he's just taken a few guys out and added Saruman in, so it's quite similar to what he's already played.
Yeah, he had
Nice.
an Ingold warband thing in the local league as well.
Yeah.
He was full spam
Yeah,
Minas
solid.
Tirith. But,
So
yeah.
it's not like he's never used Minas Tirith before and he's just put
Oh
it
no,
on the
Minas
table
Tirith is
this time.
his thing.
His thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
You should be all right then.
Yeah, should be good.
Saruman's a nice bit of spice.
Chris, you spoiled us it a second ago. What are you taking, mate?
I am taking the Pits of Dolgador.
Ooh.
Just because it's fun to play in a lot of ways. Like to think I'm quite an attacking player when I play, and this suits me. Whether it's going to be the greatest list in the world, we'll find out. But I think it's going to be good fun.
What's in your list, Chris?
So I have got Azog on the White Warg, obviously. 2 foul wargs, 11 hunters with just swords, and 5 hunters with a bow. I also have Thrain the Broken. He's been good fun. A hunter orc captain on a foul warg with an orc bow. 4 hunter orcs with orc bows. 6 hunter orcs with just swords, and 2 hunter orcs on foul wargs, which is a bit different.
Yeah, mounted hunter orcs. Absolute
Yeah.
madman.
To be fair,
it's mainly because I had a choice for the hunter orc captain or the keeper.
Yeah.
I'm not fully sold on the keeper. I might be after this weekend to see how the hunter orc captain gets on. But as soon as I've got the keeper, then the warbands are maxed out. So the only way I can add stuff is adding foul wargs to stuff and things like that. So
To be fair, the keeper goes down like Lian's mum on a Friday night. Like he is prone to a bit of a. Yeah.
But it is quite nice for the hunter orcs that they get their foul warg shot out and then they land and people go, oh wait, they still got 2 attacks. They're still hurting me. Same with the captain. So with his 3 attacks when he gets his warg taken out. So yeah,
and you can have a bit of fun like dismounting. The wargs do stay around sometimes. Like
I think mainly use them to run off for objectives. If I want to tag 2 objectives once, dismount and hope the wargs hang about to go and take another one, whilst the 2 hunters take one, and just things like that.
Little fun thing you can do them with courage tests and stuff as well when you start to get like broken. Is if you dismount them, then you've got 2 chances at courage tests instead of just 1 to keep them on in like a table corner and stuff. Because
Thrain's the practice games. Thrain's done absolutely nothing at the moment apart from kill my own guys. But
when he does,
hope he goes better in the weekend.
When he does, it'll be glorious.
Just nail something.
Yeah.
He's flipped once so far, and it was under Benjen's control actually, and he took 2 hunter orcs out with him. So not what I'd expected, but again, good fun.
It's basically just your normal hunter orc spam, but with added Azog.
Azog with 3 heroic combats is scaring people. He's weak to shooting because of that defense 5. But he's the games I've played, I don't think he's died yet, and I think only 1 game he failed to do anything, and that was thanks to Henry, and we'll see why in his list later on. But good fun.
How are you hoping to go, Chris?
I would like to go 2 and 2. I've done lots of 1 and 4s. I'm still new to the game, still trying to pick up a lot of things. But this time I probably would be disappointed if I didn't go 2 and 2 because it's not an improvement. So
yeah, I'll back you for 2 and 2. See what we get. Good. Who's next? Henry.
Yes. I'm not taking bears.
Henry, Captain Fluff, super fun, happy, friendly Henry. What are you taking this, mate?
Salt on Helm's Deep.
Banning you from ever talking to Bert. Look what he's done to my boy.
I learned this from you, Dad. This is that conversation.
Yeah. What's in your list then, babes?
So I've got my captain leader with a shield. In his warband, there's a warrior with pike and banner, 6 with pike, 5 with crossbow, 2 with shield. I've got an Urk captain with crossbow, 4 pike, 5 crossbow, 2 shield, And then 2 ballistas.
Ooh.
I'm almost disappointed you didn't go full in with the bomb as well.
Believe me, I wanted, but
You're 5 points down. That's that in this legion. That's probably how much a bomb costs, isn't it?
a bomb was like 80. It's so
Yeah, they're
so-
silly.
It's
They're very spenny. You're 5 points down. Did you have a look at what you could use those 5 points for? Is there anything you can actually like squeeze in?
yeah. I could have put something extra on the Uruk Captain's crossbow, potentially. Like give them a shield, but then at the end of the day, you wouldn't have got like the extra defense buff.
Yeah, he
So
only
it's
has it for
just-
shielding, basically.
Yeah. So and
Um,
again, it'd be vice versa with the leader as well. So
Can you change a Urukai warrior with shield to a berserker?
a berserker is 15 points, I think, and then it's just 10 points. I could have. Yeah, I could have done that, but I also prefer like just a shield bloke, just to do that
Yeah.
cheeky shield occasionally.
Fair enough. And to be fair, berserkers are a bit. But they're really good at
I
holding
do-
objectives, which is like the opposite of what they should be for.
Yes,
It does my head in. But,
believe me, I do love a good berserker. Like I have 9 of them, and I've still yet to field all 9 of them yet.
one of my favourite lists that we've had come to an event at ours once was Assault on Helm's Deep Berserker spam. So it was just one leader warband full of berserkers, and then another captain with a bunch of crossbows, and then 2 ballistas. And it was just like it's madness.
Give me ideas, Tom. This is bad.
Yeah, only 6 might though.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have any strike in this army, which is definitely a downside of it. But
Yeah,
at the same time, I'm pretty much going to be trying to shoot most things.
don't need
before-
strike, but he got a blister in the face.
Exactly. And I can still march. I can still get to objectives, sit there, the main troops, and then the ballistas and crossbows. Ping things away.
Nice. Sweet. And what's your aims for the day, Henry? What are you trying to do?
I'd love to come 3 and 1 at least. I'd be happy with 2 and 2.
At least. I love that.
I'm going to push myself.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's why you're on the team.
I have those dreams and aspirations.
Big dreams, big dreams. All right, Lian. Lian, you get to talk about 2 lists because Bert is not here, and Bert just blatantly copied you because
Yeah,
we all
obviously.
know
Yeah, quite clearly.
Defenders of Helm's Deep's your thing.
Definitely. Yeah. So we both have Theoden, Halith. We both have Gamling, and we both have Aldor. Mainly for Aldor is obviously for the heroic accuracy and the free 1 point of might to use constantly to abuse for either things like heroic moves and things like that Gamling can just throw back on. But then the rest of it, I think that his main difference is he's got like more Royal Guard than I have. I think he's got 11...
9 elves and 13 Royal Guard and 5 Warriors of Rohan.
Yeah, whereas I've got 11
8
Royal Guard and
elves.
8 Galadrim.
Yeah. So he's got less Royal Guard. No, he's got
No, I've got 13.
more Royal Guard, more elves.
Yeah.
Less blokes overall.
Yeah, by 1 model.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's armed with throwing spears that can hold 1. And then the Galadrim for the bows and spear supports for the fight 5. So yeah, we're both basically trying to do the same thing, using Halith to get the fight 5, to get, more importantly, to get Theoden to fight 6, so he'll actually be able to win some fights, or at least be a bit more of a danger to elven characters or other characters that sort of forget about the Halith bonus, which I tend to find happens quite a lot. People just completely forget that Halith gives the +1 fight bonus to all infantry models, and so they forget that means Theoden and Gamling all get to benefit from that as well. So a lot of people forget about it. And then Aldor for the heroic accuracies is so much fun. Just going, I'm just
50 million might as well, isn't it?
Yeah, well, potentially, yeah, with gambling, as long as you can keep gambling alive, as long as he doesn't get sniped out by magic or someone firing a ballista at him, he's all right. So yeah, no, it's a very solid list. Its weakness is obviously its maneuverability. It doesn't have anything that moves faster than 6 inches. And
It almost 9, doesn't it?
Hmm?
It almost 9. I've never seen it
Well,
move 6.
If you keep constantly calling marches all the time, yeah. Then
It moves 9 or 4.5. I've never seen it move anything else.
Just to sort of pull forwards, but yeah, so it doesn't do brilliantly at things like reconnoiter or I don't know, destroy the supplies. It's not too bad at, and it doesn't like being separated, so it doesn't like maelstrom missions very much. So
Yeah.
I've tend to find anyway, unless you can get them all together and you have to start pulling around the might to get them all together, which you can do with this.
You're not
list.
too scared of using gamblings to put everyone
No.
together, are you?
No, not at all. So you can pull them all together for Maelstrom, but yeah, if you end up getting separated, it's bad news bears. So yeah, it's not good. But yeah, this is a solid list. It's great fun. I've always enjoyed playing with it. I really, really wanted to put Gimli in, but I think he has to sort of stay for the 600 points upwards. I think.
Yeah, he's a bit of a reach. I think at 550.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the toys you want to put in?
I know Bert was talking about wanting to. Well, I don't think he'd be happy with anything less than 3-1. And I think he was even hoping for a cheeky 4-0 at one point. But
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, well, lofty dreams, but yeah.
I mean, it's a good solid list. Don't get me wrong, but the quality in the room is going to be an interesting one to pull off a 4-0. I think, if I'm honest.
Did you know that he invented Defense of Helm's Deep as well?
Did he?
Yeah,
He wrote
yeah.
it, did he?
Yeah.
He wrote the list. He wrote the standard.
Yeah, but to be fair, there is 46 players.
True.
So
yeah.
we're only playing 4 games.
Yeah.
So 46 players, 4 games. In theory, you end up about 3 people. I think it is 4-0 at the end.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because you don't end up
just
with
dodge everyone else, like on the way up, dodge the rough matchups. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, veto helps this list a lot. Because you can look at the scenarios that it's not strong at, and you can most of the time veto out the worst one. Then the other 2 normally it'll have game in. But
you don't have to struggle through Contest of Champions or anything with it.
No, which it really. I mean, it's not the worst thing if you can get Haleth into combat and get Theoden up to fight 6, so he actually has a chance when he heroic strikes. But yeah, it's not really, they don't want to start right in front of their opponent. They want to try and do
with this
shooting
against Azog.
Yeah.
You're not having a good time.
No. And I don't really want to go against Assault on Lothlorien, but I don't think anyone does. So
no, but at least your throwing spear's pretty punchy when you charge in.
Yeah, when you charge in,
get them on orcs and stuff.
Yeah, so they're quite decent when they get in there. So, but yeah, no, it's a good solid list. I think I did play a practice game the other day against Ben Ross's Riders of Rohan at Heirlooms, and
not Riders of Aemir.
No, he's taking actual Riders of Rohan, but he's taking it as literally Riders of Rohan, not the Legendary Legion. So because he's got Theodred, as well as Theoden, so he's got the 2. But yeah, he's very, very character heavy, but no free death or anything like that he gets to call. So nothing like that. But yeah, that was quite fun, and I mainly lost it because I had a Rohan Royal Guard with the heirloom, and I ran him the wrong way, and then he got caught by Gamling, and took Gamling 2 rounds of combat to kill him, which was quite funny when he was charging me. So yeah, that was quite amusing. But yeah, no, it's a solid list. I can see why Bert thinks he's going to do well with it, because it has the potential to do a lot of damage before it even gets into combat. And if you get a good charge turn with those throwing spears, they can do a lot of damage on the way in. And the heroic accuracy is with Aldor is so good at dismounting enemy heroes, or being able to get through to try and snipe banners and things like that. That it's just so much fun to just stand there and just pelt them with it, and try and hit the targets you actually want to hit rather than the ones that your opponent wants you to hit.
Yeah, I've been on the receiving end of a few of those.
Mm. So yeah, no, it's good. It's a good list. Looking forward to it. It should be quite fun. There's a lot of punch in the room. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm going to get up against in the first round. No, my luck, it'll probably end up being one of you guys.
Well, there are 7 of us.
Yeah.
So all right, and then I'm bringing Old Faithful because I'm unimaginative. So it's Lake Town and Thorin. You've seen it all before. You know it. I love it. We all love it. I did try some other things. I did try Saruman in there to give everyone a kind of fearless bubble, like Saruman the Good, which is quite nice. But just like having blokes around, you know. So I've got Thorin, King of the Mountain. He's on a war goat. He's got Orcrist. Master, 10 blokes. They've all got bows. 5 of them have got spears. Alfred, 10 blokes, 5 bow, 5 spear. Raga, 12 blokes, 6 with nothing, 6 with spear. And then a captain, 2 blokes, and 9 with spear. So 43 warriors all in, 48 total models.
It's a nice amount of guys. It's
a decent number of blokes.
Yeah.
It's a decent number of blokes.
You can afford
as many blokes
as
Henry had on a Friday night. Yeah, so we got Thorin. This started with 10 might as well, plus Alfred shenanigans, Braga, Thorin calling free heroics. Yeah, should be all right.
The potential for free might is good.
Yeah, I think most of us have got some form of free might, haven't we?
Or mechanics that allow us to not have to spend might.
Ash and Henry don't.
Nah,
or Benjen. Benjen's got free will, I suppose.
I'm relying on my heroic accuracy being better than everybody else's.
It normally is, Ash. It normally is.
I'm just relying on having lots of bloke. I really toyed with the idea of just not bringing Thorin at all and just bringing pure Lake Town boys.
But Thorin's free heroic combat's so good.
Thorin's free heroic combats are just delightful. If you were to bring, I didn't. I've deleted it, but it was pretty close to the same number of lads as I was getting with Goblin Town with Lake Town. So it was up in the 60s, I think, which is just silly. Because it's another, instead of Thorin on goat, it's another captain and another full warband, plus some extra blokes for the Masters warband. So it's in the 60s, which is a silly amount of blokes. Then you get the 12-inch banner as well. But it was just boring. I played one game with it and hated it because it's just boring.
I was going to ask how many games actually went to completion, but if you only played one game, then it's not going to be quite an easy way of working that one out.
No, that's the other thing. Yeah, with the 1 hour 14 minutes today. I don't know how many games with like 60 blokes, and then you got all the banner reroll that like everything's just takes hecking ages, and you've got to micromanage all the might and stuff, and this guy's getting this back and this guy's getting this back, and takes ages. But that's me boys. I also I'm hoping for
how well do you think you would do then, Tom?
I'm hoping for a decent 3-1, potentially a 4-0. We'll find out. If the matchups
you and Bert will be challenging for that one then.
I'm hoping so. Basically, I don't really want to play Bert on the way to it because I feel like depending on mission, I'll get shredded on the way across. But we'll see.
Again, you also benefit here from veto as well.
Yes,
because you can just get rid of the ones that you don't do quite so strongly at or quite so well at.
Well, that was one of the reasons I debated taking pure Lake Town.
Yeah,
it was because I could just go, right, we're playing nothing but objective missions, and I'm just going to sit on them and win. But that just didn't seem like a fun day out. Basically, but hoping for a decent 3-1, maybe a 4-0. We'll find out. It's all matchup dependent and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
See who we're playing against. So that's it. That's our list. That's what we're taking. We're going to go to the event tomorrow. Has everyone finished painting? Has anyone still got painting to do?
I'm still working on some of my guys. So still painting up, getting them done. I've just got to get base coats done on them and then get washes on them, and then I'm all right. So
I managed to get him base today.
Nice.
Is that the last thing you had to do?
No, obviously I haven't done their skin, but that's it. So it's like, just don't look too closely at them. They'll look fine from over there.
I realised tonight on the drive home, but I forgot to put snow on my captain's base.
So he looked really out of place.
Yeah, everyone else is snowy and he's not.
He's found the one dry patch.
Yeah, he's right. He's just radiating heat. It's right. He's got a cloak on. That's he sat down on it for a bit, have his lunch, kind of melted every bit of snow around him. But yeah, completely forgot to put snow on him. Henry, your boys are Lees anyway, aren't they? So
Yeah, I'm taking Spirit of Lee with us.
rip.
Still.
Not
He's
actually
not-
dead. Should
I was going to
clarify.
say he's not actually dead. Yeah,
He's not actually-
Henry
It's
didn't
like
kill him
every
for the
podcast
models.
I watch. Every
Yeah.
podcast I watch with you, Tom, at the moment, that has to be clarified that Lee isn't actually dead.
Yeah, he's not actually dead. He
He's
was
out-
playing
he's just
golf
out in the-
today, like
yeah,
a loser.
He's just out in a large field playing with his balls.
Yeah, he's just playing catch with himself around a field. Yeah, but he's having a nice time, so it's all right. And he did have a lovely tan the last time I saw him, so yeah, clearly it's going all right. Did we want to do a little funky tier list? Should we do that?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Go on,
I'm
then.
going to stop screen sharing for a second while I go and find the magic tier list website. Talk amongst yourselves, entertain the nice people.
So what don't we want to face? What if you had to, like, your army, put it on a board, the thing you don't want to face opposite against? Mine's Assault on Lotharian, because they just negate most of my shooting until I actually get into combat with them. So it completely takes away half of my list's expertise, I guess. So what would be yours?
I'd probably go with a similar Assault and Loth again. Would shut down a lot of my shooting because I've got 11 bows base, 13 with Girion and the captain. But also I found mounted elf like Rivendell Knights armies, and that can be quite scary for Fight 4 army. With only one character that can. Well, no, the captain's a 5, and Girion can strike, but that's it.
Rivendell
So,
Knights is a scary army against anyone, to be fair.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say those two specifically for me, but obviously there's a whole bunch of stuff that will really ruin my day. So and this fairly new army to me. I've only been running it for a couple of weeks, so we'll just see how it goes. Really,
Oh, I've got to set up an account on this tier list website and everything.
what's that get you?
Oh,
Yeah, I just
no.
don't want to face anything with lots of bows. It's just not for me, because I'm gonna have to get up. I'm gonna have to get in their face, and I'm on defense 4 or 5. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no, it's not good. Yeah, it's not good.
So yeah, any missions where I can at least start on the halfway line would be fantastic. And yeah, not to come up
Yeah.
against mass shooting.
You've got
Basically all of your list.
You've got
I've only got
Felwargs, though, haven't
15.
you?
I have got Felwargs, yeah, I've got a few screens, but
Yeah.
you know, it all comes down to terrain and various other aspects.
Yeah,
And
because if you can hide behind some terrain and use Fell Sight to its best, then you'd be all right.
yeah, exactly that, you know, and that's one of the reasons actually I took the Hunter Orcs and Falwargs as well, is if I need to send Azog off, he's got a couple of Falwargs, a Hunter Orc captain, and a couple of other Hunter Orcs to go in with him, so he's not so alone. But yeah, that's gonna be my biggest problem.
Nice.
I think
How's the
mine might
account
be-
setup?
Sorry?
Yeah, I found one
Alright.
better to make an account, but now I need to find pictures of everyone's lists and stuff. I should really have done this beforehand.
Oh,
But that's not what we do here.
it's Henry's go anyway.
Yeah, Henry, what was yours?
Mine would probably be Assault again. Like it would like just slow up the ballistas considerably because I can still shoot, but hitting on 6s, I could re-roll that into a 6, but chances are it's not gonna hit. Like that's gonna be really difficult. Or something with high fight, and that's just gonna get in my face. Like you said, Rivendell Knights, anything like that. That's gonna be a tough time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
I
but so
mean,
good if you got
I don't
the,
want anything with numbers that are similar to mine. basically. As long as I can outnumber you, it's all right.
I don't think Jack Whitefoot's there with his Goblin Town this time, so I think you're okay.
That's all right then. He stole that from me anyway.
What, Goblin Town?
Yeah, I think you'll find I am the one true Goblin King.
I am Goblin Town.
I am the Goblin Town. No, I am Goblin Town. Ash, why aren't you bringing dwarfs
to this?
Yeah,
I just don't feel that they work at this lower pointage.
Yeah, valid. Good chat.
The topic.
Just call it like I see it, really.
Yeah, understandable, Chief.
Unfortunately, I haven't had Lee's. I don't have Lee's skill with them, so I'm finding Iron Hills particularly difficult to pilot.
Ripley.
He's not dead.
He's dead to me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I did spot an Army of Thor list along.
I
So there are definitely some dwarves there.
Yeah, there's a Kingdom of Moria army as well going, which is always quite nice because it's a nice mix of high armor and then the decent shooting with the Rangers as well. So, I don't know if you put Gimli in. I know he had Balin in. I don't know if you put Gimli in, but I can't remember the list now. But I know it's on Longshanks, so I have to have a look on there at some point.
Oh, that's what I've forgotten.
Yeah, I think that's why I've never run dwarfs. It's just I find them that they do, in my eyes anyway, they do one job really well, and that is static defense. And they slowly trudge towards you with very high armor, and you know that it's going to take a lot to kill them off. And you know that if they can sit on an objective, they'll just sit there for the whole game. But there never seems to be much more dynamicism to them. They never seem to be able to do much more than that. And I don't know whether I'm just looking at them the wrong way or not, but that's, in my eyes, that's kind of how I look at them.
Yeah. I mean, I tried out an Iron Hills list with a ballista in it, and it was good fun, don't get me wrong. But again, it was very static. It didn't move very far. But it did mean that my enemy had to, well, because obviously they have the splash damage effect rather than the go through ranks, they had to really spread out to stop the ballista from just unmounting everything they had. So,
Fun for who?
Well, me. But that's what matters.
Has anyone ever played with or seen play the chariot, the dwarven chariot?
I've seen it near me, but that's about as far as I've got. Yeah, I've not.
Wow.
Okay. What?
So, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've never, never seen it. Never actually like played with it on the table. I did look at one once, doing like a list with. I thought I could do the Iron Hills Chariot and then a whole bunch of Mirkwood Rangers.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, that could be interesting. And then I decided it absolutely would not be interesting. But,
as a chariot hurtles across the board and the Mirkwood Rangers just sit back and shoot. Yeah. Exciting.
Right, I think if I managed to successfully do it, I think I have. Oh, there's a million pop-ups on this website though. I don't know how anyone else does this without their screen just being completely full of pop-ups and awfulness. But here we go.
Local in your area popping up.
No.
Yeah.
Right. Here we go. I'm in. Right. We're sharing a screen. Hopefully it's all good. Right. I'll put the lists on. Hopefully. So we've just got like a large legal steroid to turn men into beasts without sport. So
I started reading that on the left-hand side, thinking that was the guide to what the SABCD stood for.
S is for steroids.
This says no, so it's just a generic like S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier.
Yeah.
So put my one up first. Where are we going to put me, boys? Where would you put me? Where's my list going? How well do
Pretty sure it's S, isn't it?
S, yeah.
Oh, stop here.
It's got the lads to be able to keep you in the game for quite a long period of time. I know they're low defense, but they just jam stuff up and they eventually just win stuff. And then you've got so much might distribution, and then you've got Thorin on a goat. What's not to love?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
it's done
causes-
okay for me in the past, but we'll see if it carries on.
It's like,
Yeah, I mean, having.
So I was just going to make a pun. So please, by all means, please go. Ash.
Well, I was just going to say, like the Thorin on goat thing, like he's just great against any evil army. He causes terror. Like if you're an orc, an uruk, or a goblin, I cause terror. Go away, and then he'll just charge into him. 3 heroic combats, D3 wounds per wound in it because he's got Bane.
Yeah. The only mildly annoying thing about that is obviously he anything that has like that kind of stuff, it's normally got a fury with it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is quite helpful. When it comes up, when it matters. The main thing is that it's got an Elven Blade. So he's a fight 6 hero of an Elven Blade, so you can go in and strike, and people are still scared of him because Elven Blade.
You don't see that many armies with at 550 with that many models in it as well, with someone who can punch as hard as Swain.
Mate, Sheehan really want to advertise to us. Yeah.
So
no, I do back it, and
that certainly helps.
And also, he's got a special rule against Azog, which I completely forgot about until you said you were bringing hits, and I was like, "Hang on a second, I get to re-roll."
I think we all know what's going to happen first game tomorrow.
So yeah, speaking of Azog, he's up next. Where would we put Chris's hits list team? Rate him, roast him. Where's he going?
I think Pizza Dolgador, as long as it doesn't come up against a lot of heavy shooting armies, which for some reason the rest of us all seem to be taking, I think it will do really well. I think it's definitely A tier. I don't think it's quite S tier, because I think you've gone heavy on the cavalry, which is awesome, fast moving, fell sight. But I think the Hunter Orcs as infantry, you just lose a lot of numbers. And I think that if you'd have brought the extra numbers with that as well, I think it would have been really, really, really sweet for sort of keeping the extra numbers going.
I don't think you had any warband spaces, did you?
Yeah,
oh no, you didn't, did you? No,
I
that was it.
literally couldn't. Yeah, so it's either take the 2 hunters and the hunter orc captain on a warg, or take the keeper.
Yeah.
So I did max the numbers out as much as I could.
See, I'd have it at like at 550, maybe a high B, low A. It's very dependent on exactly how well you use that kind of free turner thingy. I think if you play it well, you can get really good things out of it. But if it just doesn't come off at the right time, then it can just die. Like if you put that opposite, like, well, to be fair, most of the shooting in half of our lists, it's just gonna get shredded, which is a shame. But that's where. So where do we reckon? Where we were gonna chuck it in?
Well, I'd chuck it in A.
Yeah, we'll chuck it in A and then see where it goes.
No pressure.
The next one is a picture of Girion, I believe. So that would be Ash. I typed in Girion into Google, and that's what came up. So there you go. Ash and Girion and his Dale. Where are we putting him?
Roast me.
I've played this Dale list a couple of times, and it's hurt me a lot. But that is because I am a defense 4 and 5 army. And it's not bad in combat either. It's got decent fight. It can hang around. It scares me. It's one of the lists I really don't want to hit.
I think
I would say,
go on.
I
Sorry,
think
Henry,
it's better potentially than Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like an A tier because you got that fight for, you've got that shooting, you've got the accuracy, and the fact that the Knights of Dale also have that +1 to wound when they're charged is like that's nothing to be underestimated. Like,
Yeah,
still very good.
I agree. Ash, no pressure, but you got above Chris.
Yeah.
Don't
I think
mess
the
up.
only thing that for me that it kind of struggles with is high fight, but that's probably about it.
But it's fight 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's only against like dragon imps and elves.
Yeah.
But then it's got 37 blokes,
Yeah, 37.
which is way more than those
That is
armies
good.
would have.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
So
Does,
the
Girion
hope
have-
is that I bundle.
Does Girion have strike?
He does.
He
Oh,
does,
okay.
yeah. He's fight 5 and strike.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he's also got a strength 4 rapid fire bow.
Yeah, it's the rapid fire bow. Was it hitting on 3s?
Yeah.
Strength 4.
Yeah.
It's
His is
Hope
the one
you
where if
didn't
it
like
keeps
having
hitting-
horses.
yeah,
Um,
and with enough bows and the heroic accuracy, if there's a hero or banner points on offer, whatever, you can take those straight out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My-
I've had that a few
my-
times with we're playing against Lee when he had Dale and
Who?
yeah, he used that guy that Rip Lee. And he used to always target Snowmane every single game. It was like horrendous.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did a
Um,
similar thing with Riders of Theoden. If you take Elfhelm, you can pretty much guarantee a banner or a leader wound with the
Yes.
rerolls. So, yeah, that was one of my favourite things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, off topic.
Defenders of Helm's Deep. I'll put you both together because easier.
Of course, yeah. I don't know
Um,
though, because it might be better in Bert's hands than in my hands, but who knows?
Or the other way around.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, you never know. Where are we putting these pesky defenders?
Solidly A, aren't they? Like,
Mm,
wouldn't say I'd go as far as S, purely because like they don't like you've got a decent amount of numbers, obviously, but I don't know. They just don't. Am I wrong, guys?
I've got no comment because I've never played them, so it's kind of hard for me to pass judgment on this one.
I feel
Yeah.
like
I
it's
think
wrong for me
essentially
to
they
agree
do
or not.
most. They do basically what the Dale list is doing, but better.
yeah.
I think
You reckon?
might be wrong. Yeah, I reckon so.
The fact that Gambling can just sort of regen and might every turn to
You've
like
got-
Aldor or something.
Dale's got Girion, who is obviously better. He's your kind of clutch bit of shooting, but the elf shooting and stuff is pretty gnarly. And then the throwing weapons when they get close, the fight 5 if you get close.
Yeah.
The added like punch of Theoden in combat, he's quite happy there. Yeah. I don't know. They could also burn the might and not really care too much about it.
Also, the bloody child.
And child. Yeah.
Child.
I had one guy once when I was playing this list against him. He had a Far Harad army, and for 2 straight turns, he did nothing but shoot at Haleth for 2 straight turns. There was no other shots that he did. It was all at Haleth in the ways and everything to try and kill him off. He killed him over those 2 turns, but it took him 2 full solid turns of shooting everything at Haleth to kill him off, because he quote unquote hated that child.
That child gives me nightmares, yeah. Because I think it's more versatile is probably what I should say than the Dale list. I think it's much
certainly.
more happy moving around, I think, and getting in people's faces. Sorry, I should have been more specific. But yeah,
I'd agree with
I
it.
personally would put it about there somewhere.
Yeah, I think its only down point really is its mobility. Yeah, it can do heroic march, but it doesn't have any cav or anything that can move quickly. So if it gets caught out of position, it's quite difficult for it to sort of react to it. So that's probably the only thing that it struggles with.
But then neither will you by the end of it, so it's all right.
Yeah, true.
Benjen's Minas Tirith and Saruman situation.
See, I'd like to put it quite high, but then when you said the words, he's never played with it, and yeah, he's played with it all. He's played with the elements of it, yes, which is fine, but he's never played with it all together as one list. And I've actually seen one YouTube video where someone actually did a list with Saruman in it, and it works really well as long as you keep as long as you keep the ability for Saruman to sort of nip in, snipe something, or snipe and immobilize, or snipe a command, and then run back out again and try and keep himself out of danger. The only down point I find with that is that there's a lot of shooting in this tournament, and we've seen the boards; they're not exactly filled with terrain, so I don't know how easily he'll be able to do the sniping with for too long on that horse, especially as it's not an armored horse. But the rest of it is really solid. Minas Tirith.
I think I would prefer it at like 600, 650.
Yeah.
Where Denethor isn't there and there's another good hero there instead. And then I'd be
like
much
a Boromir,
happier.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd be much happier with it then. Also, he's not here, so we can't say anything about it. So, should we just lob him in B and move on? Yeah,
put him in B.
We'll put him in B and move on.
If he'd have had a few more games with it, and as you say, if he was here to be able to explain what he does with it, then I think we'd be probably more akin, maybe putting him higher. But who knows?
Also, this is the completely wrong alerts, but it's fine. It's a generic Urukai man. It's not. Henry, your assault on Helm's Deep. It traditionally terrifies me. However, however, whenever Bert's used it, I've always beat him with my late town in a tournament, so it's all right. Even though on paper it terrifies me.
I think as someone who's played it a couple of times as a relatively new player, I absolutely hate it a lot. And I think coming up in a tournament, if you hit anybody who's slightly inexperienced against assault, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I think I would put it somewhere up here, maybe right up into the top dogs.
I don't know. Yeah. I'd only put it in A because he hasn't got a bomb.
We can't have everything in A.
I've seen the effects of that bomb off as well.
Yeah, it's nasty with the bomb.
We can't just say we're all A tier and move on. Like.
Yeah, I mean, no, it is really good because you've got the two ballistas that can support each other. Because since they changed it in the FAQ to have a minimum range of 6 inches, you can get people who will try and negate the shots by just getting in close enough so that the one ballista can't shoot them anymore. But then as soon as the other ballista on the other side of the board can then shoot them instead. So it's nice and solid. And yeah, it's got a decent amount of numbers. And it's Urukai, fight 4, mostly strength. Well, all strength 4, mostly defense 6, crossbows, lots of shooting, high armor, hard to shift. The only thing I suppose they suffer from is when they break and they have to start taking courage tests. The only thing they really suffer from.
But they don't do courage tests until 33% today.
Yeah, so they're not too bad. Yeah.
Do they still get that? Because it's the legendary leader, not the army.
Yeah, Assault does. The scouts don't.
Yeah, the scouts don't.
Scouts don't. Assault does. But yeah. Sweet. So screenshot that, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We'll come back and go, yeah, no, we're all solid D tier.
Yeah. Looking forward to going down to D.
We were all solid dumpster fire.
I'm going to stop advertising Shein now and stop the screenshot. Hopefully, we'll do a follow-up thing and just chat about how well we actually did. That'll be quite interesting. I might talk to Aaron, see if he wants to join us, but I know he's been busy at the minute, so we'll see. It's always nice to have him on for some things. But yeah, thanks for joining us, team.
No, more welcome. Thank you.
No worries.
Good luck tomorrow. Chris, I'll see you bright and early.
Yeah, I just got to get the Big 10 out of the boot. Otherwise, one of you is sitting on a single seater. So.
That's right. I'm gonna have a nice, lovely shower after being in a 40k event all day, running and not playing, obviously, because I'm not a sadist. The smell of 40k is all over me.
And the 40k queue on the website this morning was interesting.
Yes, like over an hour and a half for the Viper boxes.
Yeah.
How'd that tournament go, by the way?
Yeah, it's all right. People played some games. Someone won. Life was good. About it really. 40k in it. They rolled lots of dice. Games like 3 hours long. That took me by surprise.
As I said, it's the setup that gets you.
Who won it? Pete win with some big stompy dread marines. No, Simon won with a Bane blade and stuff. In Astra
the Imperial Guard, yeah.
Yeah, the guard boys. Yeah, I think it was Guard, then Death Guard, then Yellow Marines that I think are actually Iron Hands.
Yellow Marines is a better chapter name, to be honest.
Yeah.
It'd just be
Yellow Marines,
yellow,
but...
blue, red, black.
Well, that's what they are, but I think he's playing them like they're painted yellow, but I think he's playing them as the other ones because they're better. But because the yellow ones are actually crap. So yeah, that was all good. But yeah, sweet. Cheers, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stuff, and then you'll catch the follow-up one, yeah?
Ring that bell.
Yeah.
That was Lee's line.
I know, that's fine. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it.
Rip. I've got you said it now, it's all right.
Do you think he watches them?
I can 100% confirm that he does not. Having spoken to him about it. No, we used to have it at our old work. We used to have we had a lot of seasonal workers come in, and whenever they left, they were just instantly dead to us. So that was it. It was just
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I got far too comfortable telling people they were dead when they actually aren't. But yeah. Sweet. See you all tomorrow. If you're there at the event, say hi. Although this will go up on Sunday, so if you're there today, say hi. I don't know. But you won't be watching it because we're playing the event. I'm confused. I'm gonna press stop now. Bye.
Bye.